Okay, Hazy and T in the building. We got Houston Alexander, former UFC fighter, in the building. Let's go.
If you're looking for a mug, perhaps a hoodie, head on over to IOnlyTouchGreatness.com.
This is Houston Alexander, and you're listening to the Only Touch Greatness podcast, all the way from Canada, from Nebraska. Let's go. It's all good, man. How many people on Zoom with us tonight?
It's just me right now. My partner's in traffic, so he's fucking rushing right now, trying to make it. So it's just me right now. But
hey, dog, you're never supposed to be unprofessional like that, even from Canada.
Really, I know. That's why I gotta carry the load while he's fucked off.
Well, tell him to stop scratching his balls and make sure he's on top of the game.
Yeah, that's for sure. How you holding up today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Now you know who Shabba-Doo is?
Yeah, I looked into it after you said. I've been seeing all the posts all over the place. He had played a Turbo, or not Turbo, Ozone. Yeah, and I remember that Games rapped about that a few times. I've heard him say that in the song. I didn't realize what it was until I looked into who he was that died today.
It's okay, man. You a youngster, so you don't know about that shit.
Yeah, not that young. I'm getting old.
Nah, well, you're younger. Hey, you're younger than I am. I'm 48. You're 38. So it's you know.
So you're born in St. Louis. What was life like growing up?
East St.
Louis. Okay. And what was life like growing up for you back then?
Well, shit, it was rough. People try to beat my ass when I was little. Couldn't do it.
And that's how you got into the fighting eventually?
I just knew how to fight from day one.
Okay. And you moved to Omaha, where you're currently living, right? Nebraska?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even our Canadian geography classes taught me that. I knew where it was a little bit.
Nebraska's in the fucking middle of the country, though, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, that's for sure. Did you play any other sports growing up?
Oh, man. Soccer, track, football, baseball. I played all of them.
Was there one of them you excelled more than the other?
Well, I was pretty good at football. I was good at all of them, man. I was just a great athlete, you know.
Okay. I also saw in my notes that I was making for you today that you're big in the graffiti scene, but you got a scholarship or something for art school.
Well, I got a scholarship to go to art school, Savannah School of Art and Design, and I've been doing graffiti ever since I was a kid. And you know, I've always been able to draw and shit. What else? I've just been you know, and when you're involved in hip hop, you know, you be able to do a lot of things, multiple things, and I was just good at all of them, man. So no problem, no question.
I used to be a big drawer too, and I used to always draw mostly Tupac. That would be the only. I would draw Tupac a lot.
I did a whole bunch of fucking comic book characters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I guess that would go with the graffiti kind of attitude. You got the
somewhat, I guess, you know.
And then your music career known as Scrib, as in the Scribble Crew.
Yeah, that's my graffiti name, the Scrib, 1972. Yeah. The year I was born, and Scrib is Scribble for short.
Yeah, and then you started your Scribble Crew, which you guys grew up into the 80s hip hop scene. I'm kind of figuring this out here. You grew up with the 80s hip hop scene. Who in the 80s music influenced you the most?
Oh, man, shit, everybody in the 80s, because, you know, of course, rap was fairly new because, you know, the hip hop culture was fairly new, but rap music on the radio was fairly new to me because one of the first songs I remember hearing was Curtis Blow, these are the breaks. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Curtis Blow, because Curtis Blow just got out of surgery, man. And Curtis Blow was kind of sick. So shouts out to Curtis Blow from our podcast. But he was one of the first guys I heard on the radio when I was a kid.
Yeah, your guys' podcast also had on Busy Bee.
Yeah. Chief Rocker Busy B. He was one of the first solo MCs, and which was pretty dope. But that fucking guy he had to go pick up his wife and shit, and he was cussing. Yeah, I don't know who he's cussing at, but he was cussing at somebody on the podcast. But that's real shit.
Yeah, that happens. I've had Benzino where he was in his car and driving down the highway and fucking interviewing Benzino.
Was the signal going in and out?
Yeah, signal going in and out. And then I asked him about Eminem.
Man, stop. Benzino, Chief Rocker Busy B, stop that shit. Just stay put when you're doing a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's for sure. Then I asked Benzino about the Eminem beef back in the day, and he fucking stormed off my Zoom. But
well, it's all good because they still don't want to talk about that shit, man, no more. So it's all good.
Hey, did you get into with the Cool Mo D and Busy Bee on your show?
No. I think Chief Rocker Busy Bee was more upset about DJ Hollywood, because DJ Hollywood, who was a disco DJ back in the day, claims he was one of the first DJs to start rhyming and DJing at the same time, but Chief Rocker Busy Bee was like, hell no. He was just an old school DJ disco head who really didn't acknowledge the hip hop culture. So I'm gonna take it from Busy Bee that DJ Hollywood just trying to claim that shit now as he become an elder in the game. But he back then he was just a high class disco DJ.
Because that was I know enough about hip hop that was the first battle, pretty much, was the Busy Bee and Cool Mo D one.
Yeah, but even he said that wasn't even a battle because he didn't know that Cool Mo D was up there trying to battle him. He said he wasn't even in the room when Cool Mo D started rhyming. So you heard it from the horse's mouth on our podcast, The Elements Live, that Busy Bee said he wasn't even in the room when Cool Mo D started rhyming. So that's not a battle when you get on stage and start talking shit about somebody because he's not in front of you.
Yeah, I remember watching the Beef DVD back in the day, and Busy Bee said the same thing. He was downstairs dancing with women and having a couple drinks.
He said he wasn't even acknowledging the fact that Cool Mo D was upstairs dissing him. So he didn't know that afterwards. So
then somebody came.
That's some other shit.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're here to talk about you, anyways. We just got into a hip hop rant.
I'm not too important, dog. I'm just important enough.
Okay. One question I wrote down here: in 2000, you donated a kidney to your daughter.
Yeah, man. Back in the my daughter had she was born with a kidney disease, and they knew she was gonna need a kidney later on down the line, and so I tested. I had all the qualities for her to have a kidney, so I gave her a kidney back in early 2000. My oldest daughter. So when you think about it as a parent, you don't really think about it. You just like, okay, take my kidney for my daughter to live. That's all.
So how is recovery for you on the body going back to now start training?
I was already in shape, Brian. So my recovery was within 2 weeks. I was already at work, so it wasn't a big deal. Not that I saw.
Okay, I got one. Who's the best rap group of all time?
Best rap group of all time. You might want to go with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, because they came out before Run DMC. Run DMC. They have the numbers, but the group that had you going, wow, this is rap music, was probably Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
So are you a bigger East Coast guy than say a West Coast guy? Because I would have gone to NWA.
I'm an all coast guy because I'm from the Midwest. I mean, Midwest,
Yeah.
we heard everything from the West Coast to the East Coast, from up north and down south. We've heard it all, being from the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
not. No, I'm it just like kind of. There's the like kind of like the slogan of Nebraska, no coast, because I heard all types of music from all coasts. So it's easy for me to say I love all types of rap music from all parts of the country.
And of course, Midwest has put out so many good ones with, of course, Tech
Yeah,
Nine, Do or Dies, and
the Eminems, the Commons, the Kanye West. The Midwest has come out with a lot of great MCs from our era that actually still changing the game right now.
yeah, another guy you also had on your show that was with he's a
Yeah,
strange music.
we got an MC from our area as well. From Omaha, and who just got signed to take 9, King ISO. And we got and I had a show where I was playing a lot of independent music from all over the country, all over the world actually. And King ISO was one of the guys that had a great story, and he just got signed to Strange Music, and that's kind of a cool thing to for to happen for the area in our city.
There's not much. I know there's a big, based on reading up on you. I know that there's a big, Nebraska and Omaha have like a big hip hop culture, but nobody's really stepped up until now. I guess that's
No, there's been a lot of people that Ryan has stepped up. From back in the early '90s. We just haven't had anybody break it big like maybe a Nelly from St. Louis or a Tech Nine from Kansas City or Eminem from Detroit. We haven't had that type of guy. We've had people over the years who have made it in the industry, but just hasn't made a lot of noise to where they can bring that shit back to the Omaha.
What's your favorite sports movie?
Oh man, favorite sports movie? Oh, it's got to be Rocky. Even though Rocky was fake as fuck. Rocky was fake, but I think the theme song and then just the ideas of a mediocre guy, making it big. I think that's the rags to riches story that everyone likes.
If you could sit down for dinner with anybody, who would it be, dead or alive?
Oh, dead or alive? Who would it be? Who would it be, dead or alive, that I would sit down with? I think Malcolm X. First of all, Malcolm X is from Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of people don't know that. And the philosophies and the way that man thought, from being a criminal to somebody who socially changed the world. I would love to sit down with Malcolm X and have a conversation with him about society, the Black community, and his change from being this criminal type character to a socially conscious Black man. I would love to sit down with Malcolm X.
Yeah, my answer to that question.
That's easy. That's an easy question.
Yeah, my answer to that question is always Tupac.
Well, Tupac. He was socially conscious, but he was all over the place. You didn't know what Tupac you were gonna get one day or the other.
Yeah.
So I think Malcolm X, you knew what you was gonna get when you sat down with him in his latter years.
Another name everybody always says is Muhammad Ali. To pick his brain would be sweet.
Muhammad Ali he was a conscious person, but even Muhammad Ali's learned from Malcolm X.
Yeah.
See, it all leads back, Brian, to Malcolm X.
Definitely, he was a huge part of the culture back in the day.
Not even back in the day. He's still a huge part of the culture now, because if you look at any of his speeches or anything he said back then, it's still relevant to this day, man. I don't know how big Malcolm X was culturally in Canada, but if you go back and read any of the things he said back then or his speeches, it's still relevant to this day.
See, my take, like all of the stuff I learned was always from Tupac, and I know that Malcolm X taught a lot, or like his family was Tupac's real dad, I believe.
Yeah, but
And
you know, but Tupac, but Tupac Shakur, they, I don't think it was a Muslim religion thing. I think it was a Black Panther thing, and I think um, Malcolm X was beyond the Black Panther Black Power thing. I think he was about structuring the communities of Black men and women and their communities. Now, and I believe the Black Panthers were about the same thing, but I think Malcolm X had more of a plan than the Black Panthers did back then.
okay, going on to UFC, you got to make your debut. What kind of feelings do you have going into your debut fight? Like butterflies, and what do you do to calm the butterflies before?
First off, man, I never had butterflies. I was just more anxious to get in the ring because I had, before YouTube and before all that crap, I had close to 200 fights before that. And I don't think the UFC brass didn't even know that I had that many fights, but they found out the night that we entered the cage because I fought all over the place, man. I fought in small arenas, big arenas, medium arenas. I fought on football fields. I fought on I fought inside, outside. I fought all over the place, man. So me going into the situation I went into, I mean, that was cool. I wasn't worried about it. I was just more anxious to get in the ring to get at my opponent.
It was Jardine your first fight, correct?
Yeah, and all I was worried about with Jardine was how much did he weigh, because for the past damn near 10 years I've been fighting people twice my size.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about where his standing was in the world. I was worried about his weight of all things.
So you fought all over the world. Was there one venue that or at least for different companies, is there one venue that stands out as the best one you've ever been to fighting?
Well, it's not a particular venue, but I know at Toad Holler in Des Moines, Iowa, I went there once a week for 2 years straight. So just imagine, Ryan, how many weeks are there in a year?
52.
Now, I fought 52 weeks out the year for 2 years. How many fights would that be?
104.
Well, close to it. I've had that many in a couple of years. So, man, again, that was one of the familiar places I've been where I fought damn near every week.
You put me on the spot here with my math.
It's all good, man. we all not good at math, but it's close to it.
Yeah, I'm better at weights and how much stuff weighs, not fucking numbers.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
So also another UFC question here. Kimbo made his UFC debut against you, and we all knew he was an internet superstar.
Yeah.
Were you worried, or was it just still another fight?
No, it was still another fight for me, but shouts out to Kimbo Slice and his family. Rest in peace to him. But I don't think Kimbo knew what to do with me, because we went into a game plan to where we were supposed to circle him, punch, and if you watch the first couple of rounds, Kimbo didn't know what to do because he didn't rush me at all. So we got to tussling the whole fight, but I thought either we could have got it could have been even, or we I don't think I lost the fight with Kimbo, to be honest, but I guess they didn't count leg kicks back then how they count them now. So if they would have counted the leg kicks like how they count them now, maybe I would have won, maybe or not. But if I'd have had to do it different, maybe I would have came forward and just said fuck it and just went after them. But it is what it is. The fight still, they still show the fights all the time, and shouts out to Kimbo Slice and his family.
So you fought UFC, Bellator, and other promotions.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite one?
There's not a favorite one. I just love fighting, Brian. It didn't matter who it was. I could have fought in someone's basement. I would have been good because I I got the spirit and I got the will to just fight. Period.
Okay. If you could have fought anybody ever, or you still could, you're still probably. I've seen your videos. You'd be in all that good shape still.
I'm sorry, I'm not in bad shape.
Yeah. If you could fight anybody, who would it be?
Oh man, it has to be the champ. It has to be John Jones.
Yeah.
And I believe on your podcast, I'll probably be the first one to tell the story. You know, John Jones and I sparred a couple of years ago, and I believe I was one of the first ones to cut him in sparring. And then John will tell you, even if you brought that shit up, John will tell you I cut him. I had cut him sparring, and he didn't think that I had those type of skills. But all the things that he does to people now, he couldn't do that because there was a certain way I fought. And shouts out to my man John Jones, who's probably one of the best out there. But at that particular time when he sparred me, I was probably better that day. And there's footage on that shit too, but they'll probably never release. Right?
Oh shit! I was hoping I could find it to drop that highlight.
Oh man, hey man, there was a guy who was filming that day, and they'll never release that shit because I gave everybody the formula to how to beat my man.
So you're currently a DJ on the radio.
Well, not currently. I've been DJing ever since I was from early days, man. I've been DJing forever.
Yeah, okay, but you did do a run on the radio, I believe. I saw a note on that. I didn't write down the.
I was a host on the show on radio, not a DJ. Well, I guess technically they call host on the show DJs, but I hosted my own show where I play independent music from all over the world.
Oh shit. We should have been sending you stuff back in the day. I used to be an A&R.
There's a program we're about to start up the same thing here at another radio station here in a little bit, and you can still send all those people my way once we start this up. After corporate is done.
Yeah, I used to be an A&R back in the day, so I would get beats from people.
Which company? Which company?
My own company, Hayes Entertainment.
Oh, word. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So I used to be an A&R back in the day. I managed Dominican guys that rapped in English and Spanish, and I would get beats from around the world, put people on it, and then I'd take their verse.
Ryan, I'm about to test your hip hop knowledge, especially if you're coming out of Canada. You better know who Maestro Fresh West is.
Yes, of course. He's also an actor.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, man, if you didn't know who that was, I would have fucking clicked off this damn podcast.
No, yeah, he would just. I've been trying to get a hold of him too, but he's one of the biggest ones. Now he's more of an actor, I believe.
Well, it's all good. Everybody changes up, and that's good. But you change up your personality on whether it be acting, rapping, whatever. Shouts out to Maestro Fresh West, man, because he was one of the first Canadians to come out with some real dope hip hop.
And like you say, people change with time. Just like I used to be an A&R, and now I'm running podcasts.
Hey, it's all good. And that's cool, man. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, so we used to get beats from people, and they'd I'd put my artist on it with an open verse, and then I'd send that open verse to people. Like I've done Little Flips and Busy Bones and all kinds of people.
That's cool.
I won.
Cool.
Yeah, I won 3 West Coast Hip Hop Awards. I was the only Canadian ever nominated. Like back, we're talking.
Shout out to you, my man. Hey, that's real dope. That's real. But so I was really disappointed when you didn't know who Shabba-Doo was from Breaking.
But I did. But I didn't know. I didn't recognize it. I'd seen that movie once or twice.
His alias, which was his movie name, which was Ozone.
Yeah. And then Houdini died a couple days ago too.
Yeah, my man, Ecstasy from Houdini, man, died last week. So, man, 2020 has been a horrible year for everything, and right now it's not going out without a bang. It's taking out people, man. It's just 2020 just never. It hasn't surprised me one bit.
Well, not to go political, but at least we're getting a new president, or you guys are getting a new president.
Yeah, man, it's all good, man. You know, I'm not a big Donald Trump fan because number one, the way I see things politically is if you don't want your kids to act like the politician you voted in, then fuck him. You know, I wouldn't want my kid acting like that at all. So it's all good.
Can you tell us about the culture shock tour that you had for a while?
Oh,
Are you still doing it?
Coach Shock school tour is something where we go into the schools and we teach the kids about hip hop culture. Something we started early 2000 with the radio station Hot 107.7. We go into the schools and teach the kids about b-boying, rapping, DJing, beatboxing, the whole nine. Because a lot of kids grow up not knowing nothing about the culture. So what we do, we through the Houston Alexander Foundation, and was we go into the schools and teach them about the hip hop culture, the right way.
Yeah, I had that question coming up about the Houston Alexander Foundation.
Yeah,
What was
man.
next?
Perfect, perfect segue.
Yeah, right. I know, right on to it. Also, you've got your own podcast, as we've spoken about. How is having
I got a few podcasts. I got the Houston Alexander podcast where I kind of pop up on people at their spots or at their location or their businesses, and then we got the Elements Live where we kind of take a little bit of element from each culture, whether it be entertainment, whether it be politics, whether it be community, whether it be sports. We took a little, or hip hop culture. We take a little bit from all of it, take a little bit of elements from all of it.
and that's like, why stay in one lane when you can take all lanes?
Man, we want all lanes, man.
Yeah.
We already we and it's funny. It's very unfortunate that it's very fortunate that we had an interview with Shabba before he passed. We might have the last interview this man did before he passed. So that we were just very fortunate for that to happen.
Yeah, that's a unfortunate thing, but that's a nice keepsake, maybe.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then, of course, you've had on good friend of our show that we had on twice is J.O. Felony. How was he the other night?
Man, Jay is wild, man. But see, here's the thing. When you're dealing with a veteran like that, and my man has that much energy still about and passion about rhyming and music. That's what you want to see, man. You want to see people like that, and that type of energy. It rubs off on you, man. So I was really energized after even hearing my man speak. So I was ready to go even after that interview.
Yeah, I had him on solo, and then I had him on with Razkaz as well.
Oh man, can you imagine? Hey, Ryan, can you imagine Razkaz, Exhibit, fucking Corrupt, and the Common, all these guys all on the same song?
Yeah, no, that would be fucking awesome. I like that's
they had the mixture of West Coast and East Coast.
Slaughterhouse.
And well, Slaughterhouse, but I think having Razkaz, J.O. Felony, Exhibit, and even Corrupt all on the same track, that would kill him, man. That would kill him.
I think on my when I had Razkaz on, I told him that we need to make Razkaz to take Joe Budden's spot in Slaughterhouse, and it'd be sweet.
Hey man, it's all good. Joe was he was a great MC, but it's just funny how things work out.
I know, it's funny how everybody shits on Joe Budden all the time.
Man, no, Joe was nice. He was a nice MC. So again, if you want to go over structuring rap songs and being a good MC, Joe was pretty nice. He was. Shouts out to Joe Buttons.
Okay, I got a few more here, and then I got
man.
And then I got
we can go all day, Ryan. I'm good.
I'm gonna need to get another drink here.
I'm mad you're not sharing it.
Hey, I'm on these like twist. You see the guy get hit in the head with a twisted iced tea the other day? I'm drinking those up here.
Right, well, hey, but that. It's funny because I got mixed feelings about that, because if that dude was drunk and he was talking that, hey, what's up, my nigga? That's one of the white guys who probably listened to rap music all his life and thought that he can get drunk and say that to some black person in the store. But you know what? Some of you white guys and white women out there who think that it can say the word nigga and not have repercussions to the situation, that's one example of getting hit over the head and being reminded you can't say that shit.
I seen a meme today. It was I never realized that the can of whoop ass they were saying they wanted to open up for so many years is a nice tea.
Yo, Ryan, I can't whoop ass, eh?
That guy opened up the can of whoop ass on his forehead.
Oh man, hey, you gotta say it one time for me, Ryan. I can't whoop ass, eh?
Can of whoop ass, eh? do you think I have an accent when I say that?
Yeah, man, you gotta accent as we talk, man. I recognize all type of accents from all over the world.
Yeah, as long as it's because I keep saying a. That's a Canadian way.
This is the first time you said a this whole conversation.
Yeah. What's your personal highlight?
Personal highlight. You know, a lot of fights that I've had, you know, before UFC, and one of the personal highlight I had was when I went up and get this guy who was like 300 pounds, and I picked this guy up from behind, and I fucking slammed him so hard in the ring, Ryan, the ring broke. Now there's probably footage out there, but the footage is not, you know, it's on VHS. It's before YouTube, so I know the guys that filmed those shows back in the day can remember that. But I took this guy and I slammed him so hard the boards under the ring broke.
Totally.
That's a true story.
You see that once in a while with wrestling where the ring might break like that, but
yeah,
that's usually set up.
When you're tossing 300 pounders on her head, that shit hurt. That works too.
And like you were saying about staying in a lane, I've kind of got it where between me and my partner, we do all the hockey prospects, the young guys coming up. So because we may never get them again, so you get them now while you can. And same with our football prospects. We're running through the college right now of trying to get college players. And then you get your legends that are already like say retired because like not getting many people.
Yeah.
Like Kurt Angle, I got wrestler Kurt Angle coming on next week.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's another one. Like we're all over the place doing hockey, basketball, football, country music singers, rap stars. I did Tommy Chung.
Ryan, we're kind of in the same lane, so that'd be kind of cool to exchange numbers with some of these people. Could kind of send them our way. We'll send some guys your way as well.
And one of the people I was going to ask you for would be Busy Bee.
Yeah, but you know, also we just got a hold of Ricky Ross today, the real Rick Ross.
Oh, I just had Freeway on last week.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. So he's making all these people, and this is the thing about the pandemic. Even though it's been fucked up that we've lost people, one thing about this is there's a balance about this because we've everything has been on the same level playing field because everyone's been able to get in touch with each other.
Yeah.
So we got in touch with Michael Jai White, and then there's a lot of people. You know, we're getting Chuck Liddell. We got Chuck Liddell on Monday. So again, we just got a lot of great artists coming our way. So you know, we just got to exchange numbers and just get people aware of all the people we got.
I've been chasing Liddell for a while because I had Tito Ortiz on. So
yeah, because Liddell doesn't do too many interviews, man. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'd love to pick his ear on.
We got lucky. We got lucky with him.
Yeah. Who is your favorite sports hero?
Oh man, probably has to be Bo Jackson.
Oh, sweet.
Bo Jackson, the Raider. You know, he of course he's a Kansas City Royal, and you know Kansas City Royal. You know, as part of the Nebraska culture here. But you know, he natural athlete. He didn't do a lot of lifting. You know, but this guy was he's probably one of the strongest on the field and one of the fastest. So Bo Jackson is probably one of my favorite sports athletes.
If you were an animal, what would you be?
Oh shit! If I was an animal, what would I be? Probably an elephant. You know, an elephant is probably the largest land animal, and no one really fucks with the. Only man with the gun could probably do that, but we know there's no animal that challenges elephant. No, nothing on land. So I think if I had to be any type of animal, it would probably be an elephant or an eagle. An eagle,
Okay.
man, shit, the eagle just flies through the air. Just picks off its prey, and eagle is just free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that. I guess so.
Those are
The
those two animals I would be.
Yeah, we've never had somebody tell us the be an elephant. We always get gorilla, king of the jungle, or
Yeah, well, gorillas, even gorillas bow down to elephants.
yeah. Okay. Okay, if there was $1,000 on the line, you had to sing one song at karaoke. What song are you singing?
Fucking $1,000 on the line. Love Shack.
Okay. That's
You know, hey, what you know about Love Shack? No matter where you go, no matter where, everyone loves the song Love Shack. I'm sure if you go to Canada, fucking everybody knows the Love Shack. You go to any place in the world, everybody knows the Love Shack song. That's it. That's easy.
What do you listen to nowadays?
Nowadays, I'm listening to it. I'm listening to a lot of old school, man. There's an album by Marvin Gaye, and it's called "I Want You," and it's probably one of the most soulful albums, and you from start to finish. Not too many albums nowadays, because they don't even make. I don't even know if they even make albums or whole albums now because they're putting out singles on streaming and they're streaming. But back in the day, Marvin Gaye with his soulful voice. I suggest everyone check out "I Want You." The name of the album is called "I Want You," and that's what I'm listening to right now.
LeBron.
When you gonna ask something hard, man?
Hey, I'm just work. I don't want to scare you off yet. I got a few more questions.
Man, you can't scare me off. Shit. The only time you scare me off is if you say I owe somebody money.
No, that's not a case. I got a couple quick response questions.
Yeah.
Are you a Biggie or Tupac?
Tupac. That's
Sugar Puffy.
Biggie only had 2 albums. So how the hell can anybody be great when you only got 2 albums and you don't have a whole bunch of featured songs? So that's easy, man.
Sugar Puffy.
Sugar who? What?
Sugar Puffy.
Oh man, I would probably be Puffy because Puffy lasted longer and he's not in jail.
Yeah, he didn't run over a guy at the drive-thru.
Boom, better than that. You just Puffy moved a little different, so he's not in jail.
Yeah, that's for sure. Death Row or Bad Boy?
Bad Boy because Bad Boy's still making money. Death Row they had to sell their company and it's been broken up twice a whole bunch of times. Bad Boy, that's easy.
Yeah, it's still around, and Death Row sold it even to Canada to John Wayne or John Payne.
Well, either way, it's still Bad Boy because they're still making money with Ciroc and all this other shit. So Bad Boy still making money.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z making billions. He come out with some shit tomorrow and still go platinum. Nas is a good MC, but guess what? His beats are all fucked up.
yeah, that's for sure. So it's those East Coast beats.
If Nas would get with the same producers that did his first album, he might have a classy album. But Nas is always picking out fucked up beats.
This one's pretty easy. Ja Rule or 50 Cent?
Ja Rule.
Oh shit! I thought
Ja Rule had more hits. And 50 Cent emulated Ja Rule. Just think about this, and even from a Canada's perspective, 50 Cent stole Ja Rule's style, and the only reason why Ja Rule fell off a little bit and fell off to 50 because 50, he had 50 Cent and he had that movement going on, but who had the singing? Who had the singing rap style first?
Yeah,
Ja Rule. Who was out first? Ja Rule. Who had back-to-back hits like nonstop for damn near 3 years in a row? Ja Rule. So 50 Cent got one good album. He got 1.5 good albums because he only had a few songs off his second album and maybe from G Unit. that equaled up to Ja Rule, but Ja Rule was already a step ahead of him. If Ja Rule would have never responded to his diss, 50 Cent would never been 50 Cent. Just put it that way. Ja Rule's still ahead of the game.
That's a good way to look at it. I always think 50 because of he's more powerful now, but
Nah, it don't matter, man, because Ja Rule's still making money, but if Ja Rule would have never responded to 50 back in the day, 50 Cent will now be who he is today.
And it also comes down to Ja going after Eminem, and then as soon as Eminem,
I don't think Ja went after Eminem. I think just Eminem had a couple of good albums, but Eminem, Eminem sounds the same. So and only because he had Dr. Dre, is why Eminem is who he is. But I'm gonna be real with you. Machine Gun Kelly won that battle between him and Eminem.
What?
Yeah, man. You take that to the bank because Eminem got the twisty, tongue twisting lyrics, but as far as a good song, Machine Gun Kelly had the best song out of that battle. Just like my man from the Clips had the best song against Drake. So
yep.
would you say that? Even from Canada, you got to understand that my man from the Clips had the song with against Drake.
Adonis,
he killed him.
Yeah, that's true. That's like Ether though, like Ether to the Jay-Z one kind of.
Oh man, Jay-Z got killed, man. Nas killed his ass. That wasn't even no. That wasn't. Jay-Z had to come back with another song, and Nas didn't even respond. That's how dope his this album was, or his diss record.
It was a takeover, I believe.
And it was a rap. Nas killed it.
LeBron, Jordan, or Kobe?
Jordan. Period. See, that was easy.
Well, you follow other sports, obviously. You think Tom Brady's the best?
I'm an ESPN guy, so whatever you throw at me, I'm good with you.
You think Tom? I'm a Seahawks season or me and two other people split 3 seats at the Seahawks, so I'm a Seahawks guy. But do you think Tom Brady? You think Tom Brady's the best quarterback ever?
No, Tom Brady. He's been lucky to have a lot of great people around him. But you got to go Dan Marino. Dan Marino never won a title, but Dan Marino was probably still the best quarterback of all time. So you can check the stats. So he might have never won a title, but Dan Marino is still my guy.
I like the Dolphins, so I'm okay with that. If you could play any sport,
you running out of questions, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm getting down to these nitty gritty down to here. If you could play professionally any other sport, what would it be?
Oh man, if I had to play, but shit, I'll probably play soccer.
Soccer, oh.
Yeah, hell yeah. Soccer players get the most money out of anybody in the world. Soccer is a worldwide phenomenon. Football is U.S. Track and field, that's the Olympics. But fucking soccer, I can come to Canada and play soccer. I can go to Germany and play soccer. I go to Brazil and play soccer. I go to Europe and play soccer. I can go down to South America and play soccer. Soccer makes the most money out of everybody. That and like indie racing.
Yeah. How do you feel about the state of hip hop nowadays?
State of hip hop is stagnant. And I believe I watched the interview with KRS-One, and KRS-One said it best. Hip hop has died a lot of times. Hip hop died when the East Coast died with it, and the West Coast picked it up. When the West Coast died, guess who picked it up after the West Coast? Down South. And when down South died, or not even died, when kind of slacked off, the Midwest picked it up with Eminem and Nelly and all those guys. So hip hop was always was dead in the risen. But right now it's at a stagnant point, which is where the MCs now or the rappers now aren't paying A lot of them aren't paying homage to the foundation of hip hop or not acknowledging the culture. So I think right now we're just at a stagnant point, man, where everybody just is for self. So that we are at a stagnant point right now until you can't even name one, Ryan. You can't even name one MC right now outside of Drake that's impactful to the whole culture.
Yeah,
Name someone else. Hey, name someone outside of Drake that's impactful to the culture.
yeah, maybe not to the culture, but I mean, I'm a big fan of. There's a West Coast rapper named Ya Boy.
Okay, well, no one knows who he is. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. That's. Are you a big titty or a big ass guy?
I like ass. Come on, man. I'm black.
Yeah, okay. This one, not many people ever answer this one. If you could have sex with anybody in this world, hypothetically speaking, if you're married, who would you be?
Oh shit. Shit. I don't know why. Whether you were married or single, where you wouldn't answer the question. I don't know. Let me. Who would it be? I don't know. My fucking. It would probably be, if you think back, Billie Holiday. No. I retract. Sade.
Oh shit, that's what Little Flip said too.
There you go. Hey, so there you go. Flip me and Flip on the same page. I think everybody, everybody, in the industry, had a fantasy about Sade, and Sade has this mystery about her, especially when you're coming out with albums every 10 years. But Sade is a different class of woman.
Do you have a favorite sports franchise of all time?
So what?
Do you have a favorite sports franchise?
Shit, Raiders, man. Raiders all
Yeah.
day. Raider Nation, brother.
Okay.
Black and silver. No,
Yeah.
that's easy.
Okay. What's your favorite song of all time?
Favorite song of all time. Voyage to Atlantis. Isley Brothers. So yeah, you got to get harder on these questions, Ryan. They're too easy. Voyage to Atlantis. The Isley Brothers.
I know who the Isley brothers are. I just don't know that one
but
offhand.
check out Voyage to Atlantis, Ryan.
What's your personal low light?
Personal low light. Losing my first fight in the UFC is probably because I'm gonna tell you something. Out of all, I know with the skill level that I had and the physical ability that I had, I could have beat anybody in the ring that I had they put in front of me. But transition is everything. If you are a step off, Ryan, and because I already had the killer instinct already. But you know what happens when you take away the killer instinct by showing a person, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's change it up this way. When you're thinking too much in a fight instead of just going after somebody, that's when you lose a step. So losing my first fight in the UFC when I could have whooped all the asses, and I'm gonna say that on your show right now. Anybody gotten in the ring, anytime you pick up Thiago Silva with one hand. I picked that man up with one hand and slammed him on the ground with no problem. With no problem. That's when you could have physically. I could have physically beat anybody, but it was just me learning all this stuff at the same time, which kind of threw me off, and I just kind of lost a step after that.
Did you have any pre-fight rituals or meals?
Ah man, no. Any rituals with that? No, I always come out with the Nebraska hat, and I come out with the Nebraska hat because it's because I'm just showing the neighborhood that we can go any place in the world, and they are black people in Omaha, Nebraska, but at the same time I just represent for the neighborhood, man. Just like a New York Yankee, just like a LA Dodger, just like an Expo.
Right.
Hey, I'm just representing where I'm from. So that's
what I'm doing.
That's my pre-fight ritual.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, representing for my city.
Word up. Yeah.
They did you have any, like, say after you win a fight, what would you go do? I mean, if well,
First thing I do is go to sleep, man. I don't go party. I don't
oh,
do all that shit. You know, if you watch some of my interviews after the fight, I'll tell people, look, man, I'm just tired. I just want to go to sleep because fighting is physically and mentally tiring. So I'd rather go lay down for a little while. Either my hotel room or wherever it is. You're so physically and mentally drained, Ryan. You just want to go lay down. So I think then after every fight, and it's been documented that I would go to my hotel room and just go lay down, win or
what was
lose.
what was your ring entrance music?
Oh man, DMX. What they really
Sweet.
want,
Yeah,
DMX. That was
a
one of my
Cisco.
that was one of my favorite, man. DMX.
Yeah, DMX and Cisco.
Yeah, and then what they really want. That's now uh that was something that was a different song, but the song that came out was what they really want by DMX.
Yeah, fuck, you probably stumped me there. I want to thank you for giving me the time. I'm out of questions, like
Yeah,
we
man,
thought.
it's all good, man. It's all good. You need to ad lib a little bit and give me some questions that you wouldn't normally ask all these other fucking guys.
Yeah, I got a few of those in there. They
Well, throw them out there, man. We got to make it interesting, man. Yeah, you made it too easy for me, Brian. I'm watching TV in the background right now. I'm watching your TV.
oh, it's Canadian.
Canadian, it's Canadian.
That is,
You're the
we
French
got a
side
hockey.
or the English side.
Definitely the English side. We're on the West Coast. We're only a 2-hour drive from Seattle, so.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool, man. You guys got weed. Is weed legal in Canada?
Yes.
Oh, shit. So they're getting the revenue for selling weed, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
See,
And so, okay, there's a question.
one of these days they'll make it legal in the United States and just decide to get the revenue because all the states are getting the revenue. Why not have the federal government to get the revenue as well?
And they're actually pushing forward on the mushrooms. They're going to try to
Oh, shit, I
legalize
didn't know
mushrooms.
that. They got a device out here that can determine whether you are too high to drive. So it's like it'd be just like drinking. They got some out there like they got a device like that here. If you are too high, they tell you that you're over the limit.
Okay. Yeah, we have all obviously the breathalyzer things where it rates your rating, your blood alcohol in your system. But
Exactly. So they got a breathalyzer here for weed.
I wonder I think they're trying to bring that in up here, but yeah, they're talking about all legalizing mushrooms as being one thing that's coming in. I guess it's good for the brain. I don't know.
I guess yeah. I guess whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wrap her up. I can't find any harder questions for you.
All right. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions then, Ryan.
Okay.
And we'll sew this up. Who was one of the most intriguing guests that you guys had on your podcast?
Tito Ortiz.
Tito Ortiz. Now, why? What made him, or what made him intriguing?
Because he went on a big rant about COVID and Trump not getting COVID, and then 2 days later, Trump got COVID.
Ah, shit. Well, I think and here's the thing. I thought Tito, Tito my guy, but I thought he was a lot smarter than what he is, man. When you're following Trump, so come on, you got to have some type. You got to feel some type of way to follow Trump,
So
especially if you thought he still won the election.
what happened is he went on a rant about COVID and it being a fake thing, and
okay.
yeah, like he went on this big rant. TMZ picked it up and they put my whole interview with Tito Ortiz out on TMZ. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow. Well, you know what? You tell that to Shabadoo, one of the OGs of hip hop culture. Tell him about COVID and ask him if it's fake. He's fucking dead because of it.
Yeah, that's for sure. Fuck.
And,
You got any more?
Man, the last question to you is that if you had to interview anyone, who would it be?
Hulk Hogan.
There you go. And Hulk Hogan's a good guy. I met him one time before. Good guy. And even though he said he said the nigger word a couple of times with because of his daughter, it is what it is. You can't. He got filmed. He got taped in his own house. So I guess if you can't say nigga in your own household, I guess you can't. But he didn't say it out. He didn't say it out in public. He got tricked.
I forgot all about that.
Huh?
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I'd probably say Hogan or GSP.
Yeah, GSP. GSP they wouldn't let me when I went out to Denver, and what was the camp he was a part of in Denver?
TKO?
No, not TKO. It was the other place. I forgot the place where it was that he was training, but they wouldn't let me train with GSP because they didn't want me to hurt it. Funny, huh?
There you go. Shit. We've been close to getting GSP, but he's too big of a brand. We got all the way to Cote and people like really close to him.
He's. But I'm sure if you would talk to him directly, I'm sure he would have no problem coming on. But it's always people's handlers and their brand and all that crap. So whatever. Yeah. Shouts out to GSP.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on, and it was pretty easy. Now you know how easy it'll be. So when we come back with the hard, and my buddy's normally here with his own questions. So,
well, he's in traffic, scratching his balls.
Yeah, he's probably not in traffic anymore. Now he just didn't want to drop in halfway through the conversation.
It's all good, Ryan, man. Hey, make sure everyone check out our podcast at The Elements Live. We're gonna be again. Chuck Liddell's coming up this Monday. Check out the Houston Alexander Foundation. If you want to check that out and see what we do with the kids, you can go to that. And then again, check us out on your podcast when it comes out, because you guys have been doing a great job with getting a lot of great guests and asking a lot of great questions, Ryan. So I appreciate you.